Welcome back, friends. Today is your third class meeting. I'm recording this one. We'll try this method and see if you guys enjoy it as much as our online live class meetings. Stating the obvious, our school system is closed and will be closed to the end of the school year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your final grades for third marking period have been posted. I posted them today, and they are calculated based on the your first, second, and third marking period assignments and academic work. In fourth marking period, the Arlington Public Schools continuous learning plan requires a mix of in-person and virtual pre-recorded learning activities. I will post your starting next Friday after next. I will post your new learning activities on Fridays, and then you can work on them until the following Friday, when I'll expect them to be complete and submitted. All academic work in the fourth marking period is enrichment and extension. Is for enrichment and extension, meaning that they can only add to your overall knowledge in the English literature and language contents area. You can also use your performance on these fourth marking period assignments to remediate your overall grade that'll be completed at the end of the school year. And your performance on these fourth marking period assignments I can take into account when working up your final grades. APS is going to switch away from Google Meeting as a collaborative tool and go to MS Teams. It's a very similar platform. It does allow for more of a virtual experience as far as posting and message boarding. But what I'd like you to do is to join, if you haven't done so already, is join our 6-block Microsoft team, Microsoft class. And you can do that by just simply clicking on this icon in the center of the slide, and that will send a message to my Google Team or Microsoft Teams account, and then I'll accept your invitation to your request to join. So please do that at your earliest opportunity. Many have done so already. Let's get to the assignments that I've provided for you. We are going to keep moving forward with our study of close reading, and you can see how many folks have completed the assignments that I have already assigned you. Webinar 2 was a review of your close reading of Blue Girls. Now we got about halfway through the process, and all I'm asking you to do is watch the webinar that's embedded, and then upload your close reading that you've already done, or if you don't know where that piece of paper is, you can simply close read again following along with the webinar. And if you do that, I'll assign you 10-point completion grade. And then keep a hold of that close reading document, because we'll use that to finish the close reading process with Blue Girls as we move ahead. I have also assigned a activity focused on meter or rhythm in a poetic text. Assignment 28. It's remote learning activity 3 for you. And that I ask you to watch a web lecture about meter, and then try to answer the questions that are posed in this formative assessment. I ask you to examine, evaluate, analyze the meter in this poem, Trees. which is posted here, and it's also linked further down. It's a 1913 poem by Alfred Joyce Kilmer. And there are 4 questions for you to answer regarding the meter in that text. Assignment 28. Assignment 29 is the first of 2 activities that ask you to watch a web lecture about poetic form. That web lecture is embedded in assignment 29. And it talks you through 5 different established poetic forms, and then you answer 5 questions regarding those forms. I simply give you a text and then ask you which form that text is, using a multiple choice format. And again, this is a completion grade. You'll get 25 points for attempting to answer those questions correctly. 5 of 29 of you have submitted that. Now, I've added 2 assignments since we began, since the beginning of spring break. And I'd like you to work on these this week and into next week. Assignment 30 is the second discussion about poetic form. I give you 6 more forms of poetry, and you have to determine, in this case, I tell you the form, and then I need you to select what is the most prominent feature of that form from the multiple choice list. And watch webinar 3C, which is embedded, and I explain each of those 6 forms in detail. And that's a 30-point completion grade. Just attempt all 6 questions, and you get the full credit. And then finally, your latest assignment give me a moment. In this assignment requires you to identify and analyze tension in a literary text. And in order to get you prepared for that concept, I've recorded this video lecture here about what tension is and how it is created in the form of ambiguity, irony, and paradox in a literary text. So watch the video lecture, and then you can engage with these texts. The first one is a song. The next one is a poem. You can play the song and the poems. They're embedded in the questions along with the text. And then simply answer questions about irony, ambiguity, and paradox that appear in these texts. And friends, that concludes your virtual class update for today. Please work on these assignments. I've tried to make them entertaining, intellectually stimulating, and enriching. And you'll find that you can get these done in about an hour and a half over the course of a week, which I think is well within the guidance that the superintendent has given us, no more than 30 minutes of academic work per class per day. I truly hope you all are well and that your morale is high despite these challenging circumstances. And I look forward to hearing from you during my office hours. I haven't established those yet, but what I'm probably going to do is open a Microsoft Team meeting on Wednesdays. And you can join me in that meeting and ask me any questions or request any support you think you need. There'll be more on that coming soon. Be well, and I wish all the best for you and your families.